What is revenue going to be? 14.3 billion going to revenue for this. 14.3 million 2020. That's called yoga. You know what I mean? An interesting part. You can see in America population is 332 million. Out of you can see, here all the people women are here. You know what I mean? They are the powerful. You know what I mean? 51% they are in this country, like female, and male is 49%. We are minority, okay? But you can see the yoga, 72% female are doing yoga in this country. 72%. 28% men are doing yoga. Bad luck, right? But what we are doing, exercise, weightlifting, running, bicycling, we are doing that. That's called, sometimes we say, I want to be macho man, you know what I mean? That's where the people are, so this is the going. Right now you can see the 70,000 registered yoga teacher in this country. And close to 4,300 school registered in this country for yoga. So yoga is going like an unbelievable thing. Narendra Bhai did yoga in 2015 in Delhi. How many people get together? 35,985 people get together. Rajpath, New Delhi. Let's give a big hand to these people. And they declared the stamp. 10 rupee stamp coin they declared, in the Reserve Bank declared in 2015. And when they did yoga in Rajpath, they got a two Guinness World Book record. 2 Guinness World record. And third record we got in after 2 years, Kota, Kota, Rajasthan. That people, about 100,000 people did yoga in Kota in Rajasthan. So they got also Guinness World Book record. So this is the whole story about this thing. After that, yoga wake up in the USA time, like we are, okay? Indian Consulate doing everywhere yoga, try to give the more improvements and try to promote heavily. Because yoga is like, you can give the mind peace, like you can survive on the, not too many bad, weakness or disease or anything. So that's the yoga is like a regular thing people are doing. So this help you in the physical, mental, and spirituality. So I'm not going to take you a lot of time, but मैं एक दो शायरी बन के खत्म करूँगा. नशा हो, नशा मोहब्बत का हो, शराब का हो और योगा का हो. नशा मोहब्बत का हो, शराब का हो और योगा का हो. होश तीनों में खो जाते हैं. होश तीनों में खो जाते हैं. फर्क सिर्फ इतना है, शराब सुला देता है, शराब सुला देता है, मोहब्बत रुला देती है, मोहब्बत रुला देती है, और योगा शांति का पैगाम देता है. Some people ask me, you wearing Narendra Bhai jacket, right? I love it. And what he did, I appreciate his work. And that's why I'm wearing today this jacket. उनके बारे में एक शायरी है, जैकेट के बारे में, जैकेट नहीं इसके बारे में. हजारों बूंद चाहिए समुद्र बनाने के लिए, हजारों बूंद चाहिए समुद्र बनाने के लिए, हजारों दीपक चाहिए एक आरती सजाने, हजारों दीपक चाहिए एक आरती सजाने, हजारों फूल चाहिए एक माला बनाने के लिए, हजारों लोग चाहिए, मगर मोदी अकेला ही काफी था, मगर मोदी अकेला ही काफी था योगा को इंटरनेशनल बनाने के लिए. मोदी अकेला ही काफी था योगा को इंटरनेशनल. Thank you, my friend. God bless you. God bless America. God bless India.
It is our honor and privilege that we have amidst us none other than Padma Bhushan Pandit Jasraj. Sir, we are indeed honored by your presence. Thank you very much for joining us. Also, big thanks to Dr. H.R. Shah and TV Asia for hosting once again the curtain raiser for the International Yoga Day. Amongst the audience, I see a lot of eminent people and close friends. of both TV Asia and the Consulate. So I will not take any names, but I just want to say that we are honored by your presence and thank you for joining us. Somebody was mentioning कि curtain raiser में इतने लोग आ गए तो योगा डे में कितने लोग आएंगे ये सोचिए. तो बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आप सबसे मिलके यहाँ पे. आप इतने संख्या में यहाँ आए हैं, दूर दूर से आए हैं. और सबसे बढ़िया बात ये है कि इस बार जो योगा डे का सेलिब्रेशन कई तरीके से हो रहा है, कई जगहों में हो रहा है. हम लोग एक सेलिब्रेशन के साथ जुड़े हैं मुख्यतः, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि यही एकमात्र सेलिब्रेशन है. बहुत ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, बहुत संस्थाएं, बहुत कम्युनिटीज योगा डे मना रही है, अपने तरीके से मना रही है. और हम कुछ लोगों के साथ जुड़े हैं जिनके साथ संभव हो पाया, कुछ के साथ नहीं जुड़े. बट एवरी सेलिब्रेशन और कमेमोरेशन इज इम्पोर्टेंट. एंड आई थिंक अगर गिनीज बुक ध्यान रख रहा है तो हम अगर सब आंकड़ों को जोड़ेंगे तो हमारा भी शायद गिनीज बुक में नाम आ जाएगा, क्योंकि संख्या बहुत बड़ी है और कई जगह ये सेलिब्रेशन हो रहा है. आई थिंक हमारे वेबसाइट पे रजिस्ट्रेशन शायद 2100 या 2200, 2200, 300 हो गया, विच आई थिंक ऑन इट्स ओन इज अ वेरी वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट नंबर. Before I get into the details, I just want to say how Yoga Day this year is different. It is different because we decided to do it in the community, in New Jersey, which has the highest concentration of people from India. So we decided to do it in New Jersey, we decided to do it in Somerset, and I think rather than the pull factor, rather than the push factor, the pull factor, it was the love and support that we got from the organizations and the community in New Jersey. The initial effort was led by World Vegan Vision, and I will thank them for being so enthusiastic. And later on, other organizations joined hands, and also we got a lot of support from the venue, the FairBridge Hotel in Somerset. So I want to first place on record on record our appreciation for this support. Now we have been able to bring together some well-known faces and celebrities. So Vikas Khanna, who is the famous chef, has agreed to be our brand ambassador. He will be there. We also have a very powerful speaker in Gaur Gopal Das. I don't know if anybody has seen his videos on YouTube. He is a very powerful speaker, and he will be speaking to us. And we also have an American lady who is 100 years old. पंडित जी आपको 90 में पदार्पण किए हैं. काउ पोर्चन मीन्स कि 100 साल हो गए. She is the first person to practice yoga in United States, and she has marched with Mahatma Gandhi. She was born in 1919. She is still very strong, and it is the wisdom of the government of India, led by Prime Minister Modi, that they recognized her with the Padma Shri this year. So in 2019, she won the Padma Shri. She is an amazing lady. So she has agreed to join us. She is very old and frail, but bubbling with energy, and we are very honored and delighted that she will come and join us and talk to us. And we also have Congressman Donald Payne, who will join us, and the mayor of Somerset, Phil Kramer, and Assemblyman Dan Benson. So this is some of the celebrities or well-known people who will join us. But what is more important is that it will be a day of yoga and yoga-related activities. It will be kind of a country fair. It will be a mela kind of a thing, and we'll start early in the morning. But it will continue right through the day, and I am still concerned how we will be able to pull it through, because it requires a lot of coordination and management, and I'm sure the organizers and the organizations which are working with us will pull it through. And I've found so much of enthusiasm and dedication amongst all the organizers that that is more important. The effort is important, and I'm sure the outcome will be also very. I will like to take some names because all of you are representing various organizations. If I miss someone, please don't mind. But from what I know, we are working with World Vegetarian Vision. We are working with Malcolm Foundation. We are working with Indian Cultural Association of North America, Shakti Multiversity, then Art of Living, then we also have Art of Living and Sadhguru Foundation, Ayurveda World, and various forms of yoga will be on demonstration. There will be also a lot of cultural element to it. So I would strongly recommend that you spread the word around and come in large numbers, because it is going to be an amazing event. We would have food stalls, we'll have vegetarian food available, we will have some arts and crafts of India. So on the whole, we are trying to create an atmosphere of festivity around yoga. And I think it's a unique thing that we are trying. We have not tried it before, and with your support and contribution, we will be able to pull it through. So I want to thank everybody for your support in pulling this through. I was planning to get into the history of the International Yoga Day and tell you about how it all came about, but Dr. Shah has already given you the details, so I will not want to get into that. But what he said is important. Yoga came here, let's say, Swami Vivekananda wrote his books on yoga sitting in New York, so that is the first indication we have. But later on, many people from India came. Hesh Yogi was the most famous, and then Mr. Iyengar, and we know about Vikram Ghosh and others. But what is important is that there was this whole feeling and perception, at least, that yoga is something which is from the West. It's an American invention or creation. But I think what has happened with the celebration of the International Yoga Day is that that story has changed, that narrative has changed, and people are more and more recognizing that yoga is an ancient knowledge and wisdom of India. And I think this is what was required. It had not been done, and we have the vision of our Prime Minister, who, I think at that time, this resolution was supported by the maximum number of countries of any UN resolution, and the fact that it is celebrated every year. This year also on 21st June there will be a commemoration in the United Nations, and large number of people are joining that celebration. But apart from that, in every country of the world, International Yoga Day is celebrated. In Times Square also on 21st Summer Solstice Day is celebrated, and a large number of people will be there. If you are in New York on that day, you must go and see that. So what I'm saying is that it has brought yoga into focus, because now, as we know, all of us are struggling with lifestyle issues, lifestyle disease, whether it's diabetes or cardiac problems. And while people and medicine and other sciences are trying to address it, I think we have in yoga some tools which allow us to alleviate these stresses and make our life more meaningful. So I think that is the whole contribution that International Yoga Day has made to our consciousness about yoga. That's why it's important to celebrate the International Yoga Day, because otherwise people may ask this question, "Arey, yoga to hota rehta hai, yoga schools itne hain, 80 million people are doing yoga, so what is the point of celebrating Yoga Day?" I think the point of celebrating Yoga Day is precisely this, that it brings to focus the importance of yoga and associated. Yoga is not only asana, it is also meditation. There are other aspects of yoga. It is a science in itself. There are PhD theses on yoga, and our ancient saints have written tomes on yoga. But what I want to emphasize again is that celebrating the Yoga Day emphasizes something which is very Indian, and something which is very popular, and something which has become international at the same time. There are not too many things of Indian origin which are international. If you think about it, I don't think anything will easily come into your mind. Maybe now Indian food is getting very international, but there are issues. But yoga is something which is so beautiful, so nice, so easy to do. It is non-invasive. It is for everybody. It's any other exercise you see people there, only fit people are doing those exercises. Then what's the point of that exercise, you know? But yoga is unfit people, whether you are pregnant, you are obese, you are fat, you can't walk, you have issues with your health, you may be handicapped, you may be having other problems, you may be mentally disturbed. Everybody can practice yoga or gain something from yoga. You can sit on your chair and do yoga. You can be in an airplane and do yoga. This is, I think, the only science which has something for everybody. There are various aspects of yoga. You know, we will have a session of Hasya Yoga. Even laughing is it seems, a yogic exercise or asana. So I think this is the beauty of yoga, that it is for everybody. It doesn't discriminate on any basis. Women can do, all races, all genders can do, and men can do, and children can also do. And there are these restrictions. If you have back pain, then you don't do this asana. If you have some other condition, you don't do the other one. But it is something which is very universal. I think that is the best thing about yoga, and that is why it has been so widely popular and accepted in the international scenario. What is also important is that it has got a new life in India. Earlier, there was this habit or maybe practice of not recognizing what India gives to our own people. But today, in every school, every college, yoga is getting acceptance and popularity. And I think that is, again, a contribution of the International Yoga Day. We have with us Dr. Dayashankar Vidyalankar. He is an expert in yoga. We have yoga classes in the Consulate. He also runs classes on Veda. So if any one of you is interested in having his services, अगर आप चाहते हैं कि वो आपके साथ आके योगा सिखाएं या वेद पर चर्चा करें या वेद के क्लासेस लें, तो आप हम लोगों से संपर्क करें. We'll be very happy that he goes and he will go to your community or the town or where you live and work with you and give classes or lessons on yoga and Veda. So please, this is a facility which has been provided to us by the Government of India for the last 2 years, and we'll be very happy if you are able to utilize these services. Dr. Dayashankar Vidyalankar will also demonstrate some exercises. जब आप कोई आसन बताएं तो कौन नहीं कर सकता वो भी बताइएगा, क्योंकि ये जानना जरूरी है. कई लोग अपने उत्साह में ऐसे आसन कर देते हैं, उससे पीड़ा होती है, फिर बाद में योगा को दोष देंगे कि अरे मैंने योगा किया था. तो वो बताना जरूरी है कि कौन ये आसन कर सकता है. तो आप हर समय बताते हैं, तो आज भी वो बताएं. इससे पहले कि मैं समाप्त करूं, मैं फिर से सबको अभिनंदन देना चाहूँगा कि आप इतने संख्या में यहाँ आए. धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा और ये कहना चाहूँगा कि न्यू जर्सी में होने वाला है इंटरनेशनल योगा डे का कमेमोरेशन. और एक बात मैं कहना चाहूँगा कि हर साल हम शनिवार को करते थे, ये सोच के कि शनिवार को लोग आएंगे भारी मात्रा में. फिर कम्युनिटी से किसी ने बताया शनिवार को हिंदुस्तानी लोग काम करते हैं, अब शनिवार को मत कीजिए, रविवार को कीजिए. तो हम लोगों ने चेंज करके इस बार रविवार को किया है, इसी उद्देश्य से कि भारी संख्या में लोग आए, हमसे जुड़े और एक आनंद और उत्साह और उल्लास का वातावरण बने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योगा डे में. ये हमारी अपेक्षा है और हम इस बात को मानते हैं कि ये सक्सेसफुल होगा. सबको धन्यवाद देते हुए मैं अपना वक्तव्य यहीं समाप्त.
Thank you, Honorable Consul General. And now I'd like to request a man I describe as truly one of the greatest treasures of India. Oh, and we can also welcome Mr. Mule is here now, finally. How are you, sir? He's a member of India's National Human Rights Commission, and the former secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, and the former Consul General in India. I'm going to not literally, virtually twist the arm of Pandit Jasraj ji to say a couple of words to all of you. Please, a round of applause.
जय हो. इन्होंने मुझे बहुत मजबूर किया, तो मैंने कहा भाई मैं इतना बुद्धिमान नहीं हूँ इतनी बुद्धि की बातें हुई है, इतनी योगा की बातें हुई है सब, मगर मैं आपको एक बात कहूँगा, वो ये कि आप डोंट टेक दैट म्यूजिक इज नथिंग। म्यूजिक में बहुत सारे योग के आसन हैं। एक तो पहली बात है श्वास। जब आप साह लगाते हैं
कपिल को दे दो, कपिल
तो कितनी मिनट का लगाएं, कितने बड़ा लगाएं, उसमें अभ्यास करना पड़ता है। दैट्स वन ऑफ द योग। एम आई राइट सर? हम बस ये प्राणायाम हम लोग करते हैं और इसके आगे फिर आपसे बुद्धि मान करके आपसे मांग लेंगे कि भाई हमें बताइए हम क्या क्या करते हैं, जो हम नहीं जानते। सिर्फ ये जानते हैं कि हम जो साह लगाते हैं उसमें योगा है। बस माफ करिएगा, मैं आपसे इजाजत लूंगा और बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया जो मेरा एक आधा मिनट आपने लिया।
And he literally flew in from India. In fact, we had sent him the invitation, and I got a text from him that said, "Invitation received. I have seen it, accepted. I'm just about to board. I'll see you tomorrow. See all of you tomorrow." And here he is, a surprise. As I said, the Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs, Mr. Dhyanesh Remule. Please say a few words, sir.
Hello, namaskar, good evening. How are you all doing? Well, great to see you all. I think one meaning of yoga means coming together, union of minds, maybe union of collection of people. It's always, for me, very refreshing to be here and be united with all my friends, old and new. I think I have perhaps was instrumental to some extent and witnessed certainly to the surge of yoga in New York during my 3 years from 2013 to 2016. And one of my greatest moments of life really is my time in the Times Square when we all had the first celebration of the first International Yoga Day. When Madam Sushma Swaraj, our former External Affairs Minister, was present, Shri was present, many other luminaries were present, and a crowd of thousands. So now what started as a Gangotri has become an ocean, and truly it's tribute to the great leadership of India, that something that actually we had lost control of. People had started all kinds of yogas, Hasya Yoga to Hatha Yoga, to Surge Yoga, to Face Yoga, to Cosmetic Yoga, and to non-cosmetic yoga. And India had actually lost control on yoga. It's something that, and we are very good at it, in losing control. For example, they say the greatest contribution of India to the world is zero, a big zero. But that big zero is everything, the basis of our existence today. Well, just imagine that India had decided that it would charge 1 cent or 1 rupee for every zero that is used, throughout the civilization. But then we didn't have Prime Minister Modi in those times, to popularize zero. So we are a zero civilization. Zero also means, in a sense, both nothing and everything. When we say Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate, it also means that when whatever is this whole universe is supposed to be complete, we add to this perfect world, then we get perfection. We subtract from this perfection, we still get perfection. And it's for us, people or whatever to say, people who have evolved from primates. It's very interesting to be living on this earth and knowing this very fact that we are part of the universe. However small, we are in a sense representative of the entire universe. That is why we say that what is there in Brahmandi, Brahmand में जो है, वो पिंड में भी है. That means in us, in each of us, the entire universe, in a way, in a miniature format exists. And you can imagine whether it is the 5 elements of, earth, air, water, fire, wind, or anything else that you can imagine actually in the world, that everything of that exists within us. And I think true meaning of yoga would and should go far beyond what we think is physical or material or what we see around. And that yoga really means we feel comfortable with ourselves, comfortable with the world around us, comfortable with the universe. And not only we feel comfortable, we identify as such that we are part of this great scheme of things. You can give them any name. You can call it God particle, or you can call it simply the creation. You can call it Brahma's creation or anybody's creation, but we are simply just part of it, and it's good to feel that we are part of it and experience it. So what was started by Honorable PM in 2015 now has become a worldwide movement, and I think every year we now celebrate it with great gusto, and the festivities, you must have seen the videos that come out every year from Minister of External Affairs, how with great enthusiasm it's celebrated all over the world. And no country is actually exception, whether the socialistic countries, countries based on religious denominations, all the Gulf and Islamic countries celebrate, all the Christians. So in a sense, Indian Yoga Council General has united the world around a very interesting idea, which is, besides highlighting the physical welfare, it also highlights the welfare of us as a humanity. Spiritual welfare, mental welfare. Today, the major issue all over the world is really mental health. And each solution, technological or otherwise, that we find out today is creating new problems for all of us. And one of the inevitable outcomes, many of you are doctors here, I shouldn't be telling this to you, one of the inevitable outcomes has been the mental health issues, which are so diversified themselves, and such huge variety of mental health. So in yoga, really, we bring the world together in a holistic manner, and in terms of sarve sukhinas santu, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschit dukha bhagave. I have absolutely no doubt that all of you also practice yoga. It's great once again for me to be united with all of you. I see lots of friendly faces here who have been kind to me, both during my stay here and subsequently. Dr. Sudhir Parekh, Navinji is there, all my FIO and non-FIO friends are there, media is present in full number. So my salutations to all of you. New York, there used to be one saying earlier from the region of our Consul General, that what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. But I think today, so far as Indian community worldwide, including within India, is concerned, I would say that what New York thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. And sometimes the world thinks day after tomorrow. So within New York, within this tri-state area, the Indian community is, I would say, world's most vibrant Indian community. We are all doing extremely well, and I think time has come. I'll take another 2 minutes or so. Time has come for all of us to think of a new agenda, not only for us as a community, but for us as a country. What that new agenda would be is really something that you could all sit together and decide. Prime Minister Modi himself is a visionary, and he is constantly giving to us new terms to explore and to build on. But I would say that while he would think of it as Indians in India and how to connect them, you all need to also give your inputs as to how we could take the lead on the world stage in the true sense of the term. Not necessarily on the basis of nuclear arsenal, not necessarily on the basis of military alone, but also in terms of economic power, technological power. And this should really add to the issues that confront us within the country also, whether it is poverty, inequality. And you have seen how developed countries like US have solved their issues, and how really can we transplant. Of course, you can't transplant as it is. With modifications, you'll have to take these ideas and contribute, each of you to contribute to India. Because if you can set the agenda, we have now 31 million Indians all over the world. They can actually set a new revolution. We have come to a particular stage in our development, but we need a big leap now, particularly on the front of poverty and inequality, whether it's social, economic, at times cultural inequality. So those ideas now, I think India is ready to receive those ideas, because investment and funds is one thing which is flowing all right. That also can be seen as to how we can make it more purposeful. But besides that, if you can bring new ideas to India, this is the time to start a new yoga, I would say, bringing the community overseas and bringing India together in one platform. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I was a little late. All the best to you, and a happy yoga. Thank you. Thank you, Consul General. Thank you, HR. And I'm sorry I came late because I just came from the airport. All the best to you.
Thank you, Ambassador. I'm used to calling you Ambassador, so, All right, we now have a video presentation, and it should begin shortly.